Yesterday, I told you guys to enable notifications on the channel because we will be getting major spoilers this week. One day later, we indeed have the spoilers, episodes 123 to 125, given to us by Yonko Productions and translated by Ken Zyro. So, Ken Zyro, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, good. I just woke up and no breakfast for me today because the spoilers came out.
Oh, I'm sorry, brother. I hope you get a nice big breakfast after this. So we're going to talk about the spoilers with the community. Guys, big shout out to Ken Zyro. Follow him on Twitter at Ken Zyro and also Yonko Productions, Yonko Pro. So here we go. Here are the scans and here's the information. Episode 123 title, Full Power of Mind and Body Unleashed, Goku and Vegeta. So, only Universe 11 and Universe 7 led by Son Goku remain in the Tournament of Power. 7 minutes remaining in the tournament. Vegeta uses all his power to fight against Jiren of Universe 11, but Jiren doesn't lose even then. On the other hand, Vegeta is severely wounded and is now in trouble. So let's break that down real quick because you translated this. What can you tell us here?
So it looks like that Vegeta is not gonna see a happy ending in this episode. So I was kind of expecting it, but still I was thinking that okay, maybe it won't be so bad. But looks like the word literally they used is okay. It says that he really receives a gash or a wound, so I use that as severely wounded. So I'm guessing we're gonna see Vegeta with a hole in his body somewhere or something.
Oh no, you were saying earlier that the Japanese fandom, they have a lot of theories regarding Vegeta Ultra Instinct. Can you explain that a little bit?
They did have the same theories as us that Vegeta might get attack form of the Ultra Instinct, but looks like they were wrong as well. Right. Even then, there were many people who were like, okay, Vegeta is not gonna get Ultra Instinct. We know what's gonna happen, and Vegeta is gonna lose. So yeah, that's pretty much there's a balance between both sides.
Well, keep in mind though that Goku, in order for him before he achieved Ultra Instinct, he was put at his lowest. He was literally, he had no energy, he had no stamina, he was down. Yes. And it wasn't just one time. Yes. The second time in his fight against Kefla, he was also down and just pretty much he almost looked like a zombie. So if we look at Vegeta now, he's being brought to that low stage. So this could be leading an opening or the possibility of him being able to submit himself and have Ultra Instinct, since he's now being brought down to his lowest point.
And that's true.
Right. So we got that. Now, episode 124, Fierce Rush Attack, Gohan's final stand. Even though Goku and Vegeta team up to attack Jiren, they barely manage to land a hit on him. On the other hand, it looks like Jiren's power level increased even further. At that time, Gohan of Universe 7 goes in to help Frieza fight against Dispo of Universe 11. So, can you explain what's going on here?
So basically, first I was a bit confused because they are using a word which is pronounced as Shippudoto, and that confused me because I don't know what the hell that is. So I looked up, and this exact word is actually used by Kato Pesla. So Kato Pesla's final form, his ultimate form, is known as Shippudoto no ultimate form, something like that. So I was confused. So I went back to the episode and see what Toei used for this word, and they used the Fierce Ultimate Form. So that's why, not Fierce Ultimate. Okay, they use Rushing Ultimate Form. So basically, because of that, because since they translated it that way, I just went with Fierce Rush Attack. The first word basically means something's rushing, and then second word means that there is a rush attack, fierce attack. So that's where, but I was surprised with the second bit of it, Gohan's final stand. So this final stand doesn't necessarily mean that this is the last time Gohan is gonna fight. It is more like it's giving the idea that Gohan is fighting with his back towards the wall, sort of like that.
Oh, I see
Right.
now. Right, that makes
Necessarily mean. Yes, so it doesn't necessarily mean that Gohan is gonna just lose or something. It's not his final battle. It's not saying straight away that. It's just saying that it is his last ditch effort or something like that.
Right. So so he may not get eliminated necessarily episode 124. That's awesome. Now before we get to the next episode, so it seems like Vegeta, one episode later, he's sucking up to that wound or to being defeated, and now he's giving it one last attack, one rush attack with Goku, but it's not working because Jiren has increased his power even further, which I predicted, and many people predicted as well. When Goku became Ultra Instinct, he reached that state of mind, and he was fighting against Jiren. And then at the end of episode 110, Jiren was able to block his attack, and he said, "Demo," right? He said, or but it's you.
Yes.
You've reached your limit.
What do you mean? Yeah.
I predicted that basically Jiren had demonstrated that he hadn't gone full out, that he still had a ton of power left. So that we're kind of seeing that here.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
After the latest episode, Japanese fans were actually running a poll, like Twitter poll, on asking that is Jiren gonna transform into a more powerful form, and majority of the people actually voted no to that. But it looks like Jiren still he might not actually transform, like look something completely differently, but he still has something more in him. We haven't seen him at his full power yet.
Well, it looks like someone possibly maybe transforming, which in episode 125 we'll talk about in a second. But before we get to the last spoilers, it says so Gohan is helping in Frieza to fight against Dispo. Are you surprised that Frieza on his own can't handle Dispo?
I am surprised by that, and I'm also surprised that we are again gonna see some sort of teamwork in this episode, because I wasn't expecting teamwork to begin with. I wanted teamwork, and the only teamwork from the entire team that we saw was in the previous episode, where all 5 members of the team actually fought against Aniraza. And then I read this, that Gohan enters in to help Frieza. And I was surprised. I was like, no, what? Why would Gohan do that? First of all, Frieza shouldn't have that much trouble with Dispo. And even if he does, he can just go golden and he can beat him. I just expected that. But it looks like Dispo, if you look at it objectively, Dispo is not a necessarily powerful fighter, but he is very tricky. He has his speed and he has his skills, which might make him a tricky opponent. Not necessarily very powerful, but still tricky would be a he might give trouble to Frieza because of his skills, because even Hit was a bit troubled by Dispo's speed. So we are talking about Frieza. So that we can see that. It's not completely impossible. We can see that happening.
Now we have animation supervisor Yoichi Onishi, who also did work on episode 109 and episode 110. So hopefully Yoichi Onishi is bringing in some good work when we see Gohan fighting to help Frieza. But it's very possible that this will may get eliminated in this episode, because episode 125, title, God of Destruction Toppo appears. Pure overwhelming power. Okay. The God of Destruction Toppo appears. I mean, we already knew from BIOS that Toppo was considered, or he was next in line to become a God of Destruction. We knew that already, but obviously Jiren is above Toppo in terms of power. But now his power he appears as a God of Destruction in this episode. What is going on here? Is he having a transformation? Is he having a power up?
No, not really. It's Korean, which means sort of means that imagine a god descending from heaven. So when that happens, people would use that word. It's sort of like a very exaggerated way of saying that, okay, now this guy, really important guy, is entering the stage. It's sort of like that. They're referring to him as Hakai Shin, but we all know he's not a god of destruction, but he's a candidate, which means he's as good as a god of destruction. So I can see them using that word quite loosely. They don't necessarily mean that Toppo is gonna transform or something. It just means that, okay, this important figure is now making his move. It's just that.
Right. I'm very excited to see Toppo, my man. I mean, Yuya Takahashi is animating him episode 122 on January 6th. He looks incredible, but we don't have any staff information for episode 125. But yeah, I'm excited to see Toppo probably fighting with against Gohan in episode 125. It's my prediction. I mean, I think he is gonna fight against Gohan in episode 122 just for a little bit, but possibly Dispo might get eliminated by episode 124 or by the end of that. And now Toppo is gonna come in and maybe fight against Frieza or fight against Gohan, unless somebody from Universe 7 gets eliminated by then. But yeah, Dispo has to go. Toppo needs to show us his true power, and Jiren is just a beast. So I'm so excited, my man.
Me too.
Now with episode one,
actually, this isn't it.
Yeah. What else?
Like, I mean, in terms of spoiler, this isn't it. We are getting more spoilers in about, I'm guessing, 2 days. 2 days, yeah.
In 2 days, we're getting more spoilers. Guys, you heard it right here from the man himself. We are getting 2 more spoilers later this week. Very likely that is going to happen. So, guys, be sure to follow Kenshiro on Twitter. That is one of the first few places that you'll see the spoilers. Also, Yonko Productions, always clutching it with the scans. And, of course, right here on the channel, we'll break it down. So, thank you, Kenshiro, for joining us today.
You're welcome. I love it.
Really appreciate it. I hope we get to see you again on the channel and go get some breakfast.
See you later, guys.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
Subscribe to Anime Live Reactions for more. Share this video with your friends.